Today's been weird. I feel like I say that every day. Every day it's weird, I swear. There's never really a boring night, even when it's a quiet night. It's not boring. So it started off, two people in a row came in looking for something that they had lost. And I felt really bad. I didn't have it. And I was like, man, I hope you find it. Both of them are looking for like ID cards or something like that. And that was even before 11:30. I get here at 11. And both of them were people I knew too. So I'm like, if I happen to see it, I can at least put it aside for them, but I don't think they left it here. And then, so I like to say that I suffer from foot and mouth syndrome. Foot and mouth syndrome, because I frequently put my foot in my mouth sometimes because I impulsively say something without thinking. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And this one regular guy, he's a door dasher, and I recognize him from when I used to work at McDonald's too. He's really great. He's super sweet, and I get along with him really well. He came in and he bought some tobacco of some kind, and so I checked his ID, and without thinking, I blurted out, "Whoa." Because he's 30, and I did not think he was 30. I honestly thought he was like 25 at the most. So I said, "Whoa." He was like, "Whoa, what?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I'm like, I didn't think you were 30. He's like, "What's wrong with that?" I was like, "Nothing." Absolutely nothing. It's a compliment, if anything. So unprofessional. But at least he got a good laugh about it. I hope I didn't make him uncomfortable. Oh my god. Nothing super crazy. Oh, and then like shortly after that, this guy walked in. It tripped off the sound sensor because we have a sensor near the door that beeps so that in case I'm back here, I can run out there real quick. He walked in. It made the sensor, and he just kind of like and walked out. Walked right back out, and I watched him. I was like, what the heck? Is he not coming in? And he just walked down the parking lot and then was gone. And then I kept expecting him to come back at some point, but he never did. Which I'm kind of glad of, because this particular person creeps me out a little bit. The first time I saw him, I assumed he was on some kind of like psychedelics, like acid or shrooms or something, from the way he was acting. Super duper weird, just like not in reality, if that makes sense. But then, literally every time I've seen him, he's been acting the exact same way. So I'm not sure if it's drugs or a mental illness, but he does give me the heebie-jeebies a little bit, because he'll like walk around and around and around an aisle, like just do circles around the aisle, and then the next one, and then the next one, and the next one, and then like after 5 minutes of doing that, he'll pick something. But it looks like he's not even really looking. He's just walking around and around in circles. And then he doesn't really speak when he comes up with his stuff. He just puts it on the counter, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he doesn't say anything, and so I scan it, and he scans his card or whatever and leaves. I don't know. And there's not even anything specific that I could say. It's just some people trip that little sensor in my mind that I'm like, I should be careful. But nothing happened. And everything is fine tonight. Last night, I forgot to mention this because I was like so mind boggled by the whole people stealing the expired sodas thing, which is really fun. I even told my manager about it in the morning. She's like, "That is so funny. It's ridiculous." And she also like looked it up on the cameras just so she could see their car that they recognized. She recognized it, or I don't know. I don't think she did. I've never seen those people before. I think they tried to come back tonight though, and I was closed because I close at 2 unless Pepsi is here. Okay, so last night, the kid who is friends with the kid who was banned for getting all belligerent about me asking for his ID, he came in and he apologized. He's like, "Hey, I'm really sorry about my friend the other day." And I was like, "It's really not your fault. You don't have to apologize for him." But I appreciate the thought, the fact that you care. And he's like, "Yeah, he can be an asshole sometimes." I was like, "Yeah." But I was like, I made sure to tell him that I was like, "I think you're a really sweet kid, and I appreciate you. I appreciate that you're always nice and all of that." And I told him, I was like, "Don't let him influence you. Don't let him influence you because I can see that you're a sweet kid, and sometimes when you hang around people like that, it can change you. It can change you inside. It can change you how you look at the world and like all of that." I don't remember verbatim everything because this is yesterday, but he appreciated that, and he he said thank you, and he's like, "I appreciate you." I was like, "I appreciate you." And there have been a couple of times where he's been like a few cents short of something, and I would cover that because I collect change. When people leave their change and they don't want it, I put it aside and I collect it in a little pile. And then if somebody is short, I can say, "Oh, hi, I have this change here. You're good. You can just go ahead." So if he's only got $1 and the thing is $1.25 or whatever, I'm like, "I got you." So yeah, I helped him out last night, and he is really sweet and appreciative. And I made sure that he knew that there's no hard feelings between me and him. And I appreciate that he's not a jerk. But yeah, not too much to talk about tonight. It's just kind of a normal night, even though it's weird. Every night is weird, but nothing too crazy. That's all for today. I don't know how this video is already 8 minutes long. I am struggling to speak today. I'm having a big foot in mouth type of day. So I'm going to end this here before I say anything too stupid. I appreciate you. Have a good night.